So the past, do you prefer to remember it or forget it, and why?
I would say remember it and learn from it. Look what what's his name? Mr. Beast just did.
Yo, yo.
That man's a legend. Okay. I would look up I think everybody should look up to that guy. He just cured 1,000 people of their blindness. All because like they just couldn't afford it or they didn't have the means to like pay for like a surgery. Like last year, what was it? I think it was May 1st. My father had passed away from late stage Alzheimer's.
Do you prefer to remember it or forget it, and why? So we just went through your entire history of your life, right? There's some good parts, some bad parts, I imagine.
Right.
Yeah. So the past, do you prefer to remember it or forget it, and why?
I would say remember it and learn from it. Just because I think a lot of people now, like we were just talking, like they like to dwell on their conditions where they grew up. Oh, I grew up like this. I was broke. I did this. I was that. It's because of how I look or what I believe or whatever. It's like, yeah, I understand. It is hard. Everybody's dealt a hand. Some people have a royal flush. Some people have two pairs, and that's it. But you can't fold. You're not allowed to. That's just how life is. Like it sounds like, I mean, oh, Mr. Stoic over here, dude. Like, it's like, it is what it is, man. What are you going to do? Oh, dude, like this guy was giving me a hard time. Oh, I had all this issue with this and that. Like, okay, you just got to deal with it, man. You can't just like go, oh, I'm going to make a career out of just complaining about it and talking about the issues and trying to get my government to like legislate it and all that stuff. And it's like, dude, like look what what's his name? Mr. Beast just did.
Yo, yo.
That man's a legend. Okay. I would look up I think everybody should look up to that guy. He just cured 1,000 people of their blindness. All because like they just couldn't afford it or they didn't have the means to like pay for like a surgery. And it's like a 10-minute surgery, costs like $10,000 or whatever. And he's just like, yeah, I think I just do this. And the I mean, there's a big controversy around it. Oh, I don't even know why there's a controversy. They're like, oh, well, there's an issue with our healthcare system, and he's just doing it because he's just making money off of people's poor conditions. I was like, I don't care. The ends justify the means. He could be the biggest piece of crap ever. Okay, well, 1,000 people can see now. And now they get to see your stupid little comment telling them that it's not good.
Yeah.
Like, what? Okay. But, yeah, like,
Remember the past.
yeah, like, remember the past because, like, that's where you came from. You learn from it. Don't learn to, like, I remember who I was, like 10 years ago or whatever, like 12 years ago when I was this skinny, like, piece of crap, like, that couldn't talk to girls or anything. Learn from that and say, hey, I don't want to end up like that. I honestly, I think people are motivated by two things. It's either the dream or the nightmare. Me, I'm more of a nightmare. Guys tend to be a little bit on the nightmare side, I think.
Sure.
I see I see all the bad things that I could have turned out. Like I could have still been sitting in my room playing video games, just hoping my mom wouldn't come and bother me. Just hoping I wouldn't have to deal with all this BS that's going on in my life with my dad and my mom and my brother and all these other things. I just go out and deal with it because that's what you're supposed to do. It's like, do I want to be like that? Nope. Okay, well then let's change. Learn from your mistakes. Don't just talk about it. Oh, well, there's these issues going on in the world and the government's not. It's like, okay, dude, you're the master of your own universe. And the sooner you realize that, mentally, you're going to start to shift how you act. Because like you don't want to be seen as a victim. Nobody wants to be a victim.
Huge.
Like you don't want to be sitting there like, oh, woe was me. It's like, yeah, dude, there are completely unfortunate situations. Like last year, what was it? I think it was May 1st. My father had passed away from late stage Alzheimer's. He was diagnosed, I want to say like 6 or 7 years ago, early onset Alzheimer's, because he got into a lot of fights as a kid. Like, oh my God, dude. That man.
He's a scrapper.
He threw down. Gets hit in the head with a bat, throws down anyway. Oh my God. So
Yo.
funny. But because of that, he, the brain is very fragile.
Yeah.
And it just got knocked, the wires a little loose. And unfortunately, the way our technology is, you cannot put that back together with, oh, dude. And that, yeah, like, because like the Alzheimer's medication now, they just changed it now because they just found out a lot of it was like BS, like these past 10, 17 years. But all we can do is slow it. Can't even stop it. It just slows it down. It's like, do you want to sink the ship, or do you want to slowly go down? It's like, pick your poison. And he passed away having melted into something that I would say is below an animal, because you're not even conscious at that point. You're not even there. You're just pure animalistic instinct. And it is like the worst way you can go. And I had to watch that. So what do I take from that? Just live up to your full potential. That's not an excuse. My dad passed away. I had to watch I had to watch all of that. Watch my family come around, cry, basically die inside watching all that. And what I did was I dealt with it, because that's all you can really do. Like, you can't just, I got to go see my therapist. I'm going to take antidepressants. It's like, okay, I mean, if you have to do that stuff, do it, dude. Do what you need to do. But like, I need to be there for my family, because right now we're missing a father. So I'm going to take that past and I'm going to learn from it and make sure that I continue to grow as a person instead of just dwelling on it,
I think
Sorry if I put like a bit of a downer with that.
No, I think listen, dude, I think your father would be proud, man. The mentality that you have is so like refreshing. It's not a defeatist, like, oh man, it is what it is. You have no control. It's very much like a fighter, like he was, that you no matter what happens, what life throws at you, you're gonna pick yourself out of your bootstraps and get after it.
Yeah.
And I just have a lot of respect. We're kind of a new friend relationship, but like I thought I had a good grasp of kind of who you were, but this totally changes who I thought
Thank
you
you.
were. I think you're man. Just like I said, I'm really appreciative of you sharing your life, and man, I'm so sorry for your loss. It's so recent too, and yeah, I think for sure though that you are who you surround yourself with. And if you surround yourself with the right people, and you build those connections, and you work on yourself, then you're able to kind of build the person that you want to become.
Absolutely.
And I love this mantra of like become the best version of yourself. I think that's like some of the best. So yeah. So there's not much for me to say. I'm man. So we have a painting that was donated for this story. This was made by Young Christian, MKC. She's the producer of the show. And one of the biggest things is I know that one of the things that she was talking about, she was like, Ben's like a seed.
Okay.
Like sprouts into this giant, like, you know what I'm saying? Like just sprawling guy. And I kind of think it kind of does kind of reflect kind of what you mentioned as well. This kind of blossoming into the best version of yourself. And I think it's really cool. I think it's really cool. So thanks to MKC for for donating a painting for us today.
Looks great. Thank you. You got my favorite color on there, red. So, I was,
Hey, let's get it.
close enough.
Let's go. Where can people find you, man? Where can people connect with you? How do people get in contact with you?
So probably the best is my Instagram. It's kind of private right now just because like I've been having some issues with some people. My Instagram handle is Sattini_Lamborghini. So my last name SATTINI _Lamborghini.
We'll put all your stuff in the description below as well. And yeah, man, thank you so much for being on the show with us. Thank you for sharing your story. I'm excited to now kind of talk about more current events. Really excited about the Mr. Beast thing as well. And thank you for everyone who tuned in. Thank you for everyone who kind of just, and please like, comment, subscribe, share to a friend. This is again the story of your community of people that you walk this world with. And our goal is to help each other understand each other every day. Yeah, man. So everyone knows the message of the day: be the best version of yourself. Let's get it.
That's right.
Happy Friday. Let's go.